Hello, welcome back to my channel. As always, my name is Lewis, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. Yeah, so let's get down to business to defeat the Huns, I guess. I've been in a bit of a slump in terms of reading. Don't know why, I've just been feeling slow, feeling sluggish. I've only done like 8 books this month, which is quite slow for me. At this rate, I won't even beat my record-breaking year, 202, which, gosh, that was, by this point then, I was just smashing them out. I think I did like, from October to December, I did 66 books, which is frankly astonishing. So still got a while. I'm at 100 and, what am I on? What am I on, brain? My brain doesn't know. Just checking my Goodreads. We're on 169. Haha, that's that number. Anyway, so what I did is I went to my Instagram account, my main one, not my book one, because my book one is quite dead. If you don't follow it, it's just me talking about all the books. It's my main Instagram account. And I was like, hey, friends, pick a number between 1 and 354. No context. Pretty much I have 354 unread books in this flat of mine, which means most of the ones you can see here I've actually read, because I've got almost 1,200, which always surprises me every day. So what I did, I asked people to pick a number, and here are the results. So I've got the 2 piles in front of me. I separated them. We'll start with the non-fiction ones. So first off, we have what is this for? Okay, so we have my friend Paige, who picked number 77. Basically, how I calculated it before I start, I've got, instead of having big Goodreads lists, a few years ago, I actually made up a huge Google spreadsheet of all the books I own, author, series number, series have I read, have I not read, genre, publisher, edition, etc. At that point, I only had 800-ish, 700, 800 when I did it. So it took a while, because I just kept buying duplicates. And this was a way to stop me having the duplicates. So I've got an easy way to tell how much I have unread at this time. So that's what I did. So here you go, number 77 from my friend Paige. Paige, you are going to making me read The Force Doth Awaken, William Shakespeare's Star Wars Part the 7th. Big fan of these ones. Hoping to collect all of them at some point, but we're in lockdown and I'm skint. So yeah, this should be fun. And then next up, we also have, just checking my notes, we have number 78 from my friend Anissa. Anissa is a uni friend. We do creative writing class together. We also have some more Shakespeare Star Wars. We have The Empire Striketh Back. Not sure why Force Doth Awaken comes before The Empire Striketh Back. Spreadsheets are weird. I have a rudimentary understanding of them all, but it is what it is. Yeah, so Anissa, this is what you're going to be making me read. Excellent choice, I believe. I've read 3 and 1, I think, or 4, or both. And yeah, I enjoyed them. There used to be a bar up in Sydney that shut down because of the pandemic and lease arrangements, that the last Tuesday of every month they do a live reading of one of the Shakespeare books, and I thought that was really cool. It was a Star Wars bar as well. Big sad that it shut down. So next up we have my friend Sebastian. Sebastian I met through a misspent youth adminning fandom pages on Facebook. Oh, I try to forget that every day. He picked out the number 313, which means The Gulag Archipelago by Alexander Solzhenitsyn. It's going to be a very cheery read. If you haven't heard of this one, my hat off to you. I hope you've been enjoying your rock living. It is a testimony of both Solzhenitsyn's and 200 other survivors' years in gulags and labor camps and exiles and those who opposed the Soviet Union. Can't wait to be bummed out by that. Thanks, man. Next up, we have number 14. This was picked out by my friend Jade. Jade I went to school with, which is 6 years ago now. Jeez, it's a while. It's making me feel old. Anyway, Jade, you picked number 14, which means I have to read David Attenborough's Life on Air. This should be fascinating. I've not read any Attenborough before apart from the climate change one. It came out last year. Gorgeous, gorgeous book. Only hopeful climate change book I've read. I've read a lot of them. Yeah, I have massive respect for David Attenborough. I think he's a mainstay icon of British nomenclature, and it will be a much sadder place and a much sadder world the day that David Attenborough passes. Hopefully that's not for another 150 years, so I don't have to live in a world without David Attenborough. So, I'll talk about it. This one is his, it's basically his recollections on what it was like working for BBC and in television. So yeah, next up we have, this one is actually a double-up number, because 2 people said 42. Unfortunately, Anna, you were the second person, so I had to get Anna to pick a second number, and that second number was 327. No idea why 327, but you are making me read Australia 2020. So this is the Batuta Advocate's roundup of the stories this year. For those of you potentially outside of Australia, or just unfamiliar with the Batuta Advocate, they started out as a satire website. And the worrying thing is, they started back in 2016, I think. I was on it right away. I don't want to brag, but I'm a big fan of satire, as you can see by my Department of Genuine Satire shirt from the Juice Media. Big reps to the Juice Media. Basically, satire in Australia at the moment is in a place of real weirdness. Basically, satirical news is almost more open and honest and less biased than actual news, which is great. But yeah, the Batuta Advocate is fantastic. When I was working at Christmas last year, I flicked through this. It was really funny. There's some good favourites. This one also deals with all the bushfires, the pandemic, the Donald Trump losing the election. It's going to be funny. Thank you, Anna. Next up, we have my uni debating friend, Emma. She picked out the number 69, which is a very, very funny number. So, we have The Doctor Who Fooled the World, Andrew Wakefield's War on Vaccines. Thank you, Emma, for a riveting book. I've been reading this for a while, and I keep having to put it down, just because it is, frankly, depressing. Yeah. For the record, I'd just like to say, get vaccinated in terms of COVID. Vaccines are not in any way linked to autism in children. Vaccinate your kids. Yeah. This should be interesting. Thanks, Emma. So that's our non-fiction taken care of. We've got a much bigger pile for fiction. So let's start it off. So we have Phoebe has picked out number 2. Thank you, Phoebe. I'll be reading Half the World, my mistake, by Joe Abercrombie. So this is the second book in Joe Abercrombie's Half the Circle C, I think, series. It's a young adult series as opposed to The World of the First Law. I read the first one. It was good. This one, I don't know. I've read 130 pages of it at some point in the past. Meaning to go back to it for a while. Haven't yet. Guess I'll have to now. No dramas. Here we go. Okay, next up, I've got the stack just off camera. That's why I'm reaching on, just giving you a close-up look at my frankly kind of patchy beard. We have my friend Lauren, who I did a uni class or two with many years ago. She's now graduated. I'm still yet to graduate, mostly because I'm doing a double degree with 3 majors, and she did the sensible choice of doing a single major. We have Ray Bradbury's Something Wicked This Way Comes. Thank you, Lauren, for the pick. I've read 43 pages in the past. I have no recollection of them whatsoever, so I'll probably go back and start them again, but no dramas there. Next up, we have Leah. Leah is someone I know through uni. Did a big class with her last year. Yes, last year. I've lost track of days and sentences, apparently. So they picked the number 150. Nice and almost even. So we have Alex E. Harrow's second book, The Once and Future Witches. So this is about witches and the suffragette movement in the 1890s in America. Now, I loved 10,000 Doors of January. Sorry, my brain was just out of the building. So hopefully this should be as good. I know it got rave reviews last year. I bought it last year. Haven't read it pretty much. Next up, we have... Where is it? 220. From Chloe. Thank you, Chloe. England, Bear England by A.G. MacDonald. So it's a hilarious satire of English life, apparently. I've not read this. I got it for Christmas last year. I think so. Anyway, I like satire. I like English satire. Can't be too mad about that. And it's cute, green, little cricket pitch, football pitch. It's quite short, so hopefully should be able to smash it out. Next up, we have 220 from my mum. Thanks, Mum. We have The Flood by David Mayne. So this is from what I can tell of the blurb, I bought this at a art and craft festival many years ago. Started reading it, wasn't vibing it. I think I was 19 then, I'm 24 now, which is frankly astonishing that I made it that far, more than anything. But, you know, biblical story. I can't tell if it's supposed to be satirical. It says it's wickedly funny on the back, so I'll let you know if it is wickedly funny when I finish this big stack. I'll probably read some other stuff in between it, because I know there's a new John Flanagan coming out at the end of the month. There's a new Matthew Riley out next month, which I'm very excited for, and some other stuff as well. Like, I'm not exclusively going to read from this list, but I'll try and get this list done as soon as possible. When Jar Jar Binks in the back there is going to try and hold it to me. Yes, I have a Jar Jar Binks mask. No, I'll not provide any further context. We have Tabea. Yep, Tabea. I met Tabea through uni debating many years ago. She was out here on exchange. She's from Germany. We chat about German football with a shared love of Lukas Podolski and FC Köln. She picked out the number... Where is it on my list? It's right in front. 13. Lucky for some. We have Short Circuit, some plays. I've read one of the plays in here. Spirit by Donna Abila, who is a uni tutor of mine, which I've talked about on this channel before. I haven't read the rest, so it should be fun. I don't mind reading plays. I mean, I've got 2 other plays on here. Admittedly, Shakespeare's Star Wars, but no real problem there. Next up, we have... Yes, Ignore the Faces. Oh, where is it? We have my friend Liam Holt. Liam is a law student who I met through debating Very funny man. If on a Winter's Night, The Traveller, the number 42, the original 42. I've made attempts to read this before. I don't know, really. I don't know. I'm sure I'll get through it at some point, but it's just, I like weird, I don't mind weird writing, but there's something, I don't know, it's not sitting right with me, but I gotta read it now, so, yeah. Next up, we have Iron Gold, which is the 4th Red Rising book. This was number 36, picked up by my uni friend Molly. Molly and I did a editing class together. We made a zine, well, an anthology actually. I'll put the link to the anthology in the description. I'm in it, she's in it. There's some fun illustrations. Sadly, you can't buy a physical copy. I don't even have a physical copy yet. But yeah, you can check out the website. So I've made an attempt at this. I've got 30 pages in. That's not really an attempt, Lewis. Who are you kidding? I don't know. I think it's missing the big Darrow energy that the previous 3 had. But maybe enough time has passed that I can get back into it. Who knows? I don't know, that's for certain. Okay, so we have my friend Brittany. She works at the other bookstore in the center. She picked lucky number 353, one from bottom. So, Brittany, you have picked out for me The Day of the Triffids by John Wyndham. When Bill Mason awakes blindfolded in hospital and carefully removes his bandages, he realizes he's one of the few people who can see. Almost everyone else has been blinded by a meteor shower. Now, with civilization in chaos, the Triffids, huge venomous plants able to walk, feed on human flesh, can have their day. Sounds exciting. I've not seen the film. I've heard of the book. I'm not familiar with the book. But the Penguin, or sci-fi, can't go wrong with that, can we? No, I don't think so. Next up, we have Lauren. Another Lauren. Sorry, other Lauren. Oh, sorry. Lauren. I did a history degree with Lauren for some of it. She's cool. Sadly, she's moving to Canberra, which, I mean, between you and me, Canberra's a bit sus. She picked number 107, which means we have Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. I'm supposed to read this in August. I know. I'm sorry. Yeah. I think everyone's heard about this book, so I'm not going to speak about it. Next up, we have Jodie. Jodie is someone I know. She lives in Ireland now. I knew her when she was in Sydney. She picked 333. Now, it's The Hobbit. 10-year-old Lewis is trying to convince me that he read The Hobbit, but I don't remember anything about The Hobbit, really. I've seen the films. Films are okay. But, you know, fun fact about me, I've never actually read The Lord of the Rings. I know, big fantasy man, never read The Lord of the Rings. What are you doing with yourself? I don't know. But The Hobbit is on the list. Let's get reading. And now we come to the rather interesting part of the whole thing. We have number 7 and number 8. 7 was my friend Dimmy from uni. We debated together. And number 8 was my friend Rian. Rian I work with. Now, I could not tell you why I've kept on to these. I've never actually finished the series. But we have number 5 and number 6 of the Animorphs books. Thanks, guys. Gotta read these. Should be fun. Next up, we have The Taste of Lightning by Kate Constable. I may have made a mistake here. I forgot to write down who picked number 54. Sorry, number 54. So yeah, this apparently is a sequel to the Chanters of Tremaris, which I remember vaguely reading as a child. Have yet to be able to track them down as an adult, but I did enjoy them. So, yeah. I don't know why I have this. I don't remember buying it. I don't remember it being given to me. I don't remember it being bought for me. But I have it nonetheless. So, make that of what you will. I don't know why I'm singing the Thomas the Tank Engine theme. Next up, we have number... Come on, Fisher. We have Obsidio, the Illuminae Files number 3. So we have a problem with this one. I've not read Gemini, which is Illuminae number 2. Which means I'm going to read that. I read the first one. I read most of the first one on a bullet train in Japan, of all places. It looked a bit weird, spinning the book around, because there's bits where the words go in a spiral, so they spin it around. I know it looked like a bit of an idiot doing that, but alas, it is what it is. Yeah, so that means I've got to read number 2 and number 3. Thank you. Number 176. And then the final one, my friend Freya, who I know through uni. We have Waking Gods by Sylvan Nouvelle. I read the first one, Sleeping Giants, many years ago. I loved it. It's about this giant metal robot that gets unearthed. And pretty much they got a pilot. It's similar to Arrival. I've read the short story, I've not read the film, but like in terms of the unexplained alienness. So here's the second one. Probably going to have to go back and at least flick through the first one, because I remember them both breaking their legs pretty horrifically, but I don't remember the ending. But yeah, it looks like there's one more. Let me just go and track that down. Sorry if you're just watching my screen. I'm just firing up the spreadsheet just to see who the author is, because I can tell it's a kid's book. And just off screen there is my big kids and young adult bookshelf. It's big, impressive, and there's barnacles at the top, which is always a good thing. This last one looks a bit sus. I don't know why I have it. I'll be honest. I'll be back in a second. In the meanwhile, enjoy this plant. I'm back. That took a lot quicker than I thought. It's actually sitting right in front of me. We have what looks like a rip-off of the Goosebumps books. Shivers, The Secret of Fern Island. Shivers. Can't wait to get into this one. Anyway, that's it from me for this week. Next week, not sure what I'll be doing. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I'll probably read a few of these during the week. I've got 2 weeks off from uni now, so I'll be writing my book. Yeah, I'm writing a book. Every booktuber is, let's be honest. Yeah. Hopefully, I will see you all next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow my socials if you want. If you don't, no dramas. Anyway, I'll catch you around.